the enthusiasm in Richmond, because we were having a reception at Crown Casino for the families and for all the players and some of the sponsors. And so I thought, oh, I'll go home, change clothes, and then go to the casino, go to the reception. I couldn't get home. There were so many people stopping me on the way through Richmond, and I thought, I can't get any further than this. So I had a friend who lived on that street, and I went to her house and said, can I just sit here for a few minutes? Because she was going to go to the reception too. And I said, I just need to collect my thoughts because I'm going to have to say something when I get up on stage there. And so we then had to drive all the way through the city to get back around to Crown Casino because there was no way. But I could hear all of the happiness on Swan Street. And we had told Yarra Trams that they probably needed to stop the trams because it was going to be like that, but they didn't believe us. So the crowd stopped the trams. And people were just having the absolute best time. It went a bit wild and all of those kinds of things, but it was a huge outpouring of emotion. And then the next day I walked back to the ground to do Family Day, where we people who didn't go to the reception could come and bring their families, and the players were all there. And on the way down, it was just an overwhelming sea of love and getting stopped. And it's almost every day now I still get stopped by somebody. And you think, you don't know me, but you love the club. And at this moment, I'm a symbol of that success for those years that meant a lot to everyone. And one of the things that impressed me is I got lots of letters from members along the way, and not to do with the grand finals, a lot with that, but some were just families who wrote when a relative died and talked about the good times they had at the football and just wanted me to know how much it meant to them that they were able to go to games together, and that's what they recollect. And I think we all have that. If you like sport, if you have no other thing in common, that you can talk to your relatives about that sort of thing. So it sort of made me realize what an important place clubs can play in people's lives, and that you're a symbol of that, and that ambassadorial role in that moment when they approach you that tells them everything they are going to assume about the club. And you can either brush it aside or whatever, but in that moment, you're part of their happiness. And even if you aren't happy that day, you sort of rise to the occasion, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. So it's interesting how that sort of affection gets transferred. But people love the club, and other clubs will have the same sort of stories. But I was just overwhelmed, and still am, that people come up to me and talk about what they were doing in 2017 or 2019.